Hi, good afternoon everyone. It's good to see you at our postgraduate continuing fair. A warm hello to people at level 2, alright? I was just trying to speak a little louder so that everybody can hear me. So my name is Yu. I'm with the PGDE program right now. Interestingly, I actually graduated from the PGDE program myself 20 years ago, so you can roughly figure out my age, okay? And so now I'm actually back to serve my alumni. So today for the next 10 minutes, alright, I will be trying to share with you a little bit more about this course. So before I proceed, I would like to just explain that the PGDE program is not a higher degree, alright? So unlike the other course products that you're experiencing, you are observing today at the other booth, which is our masters, alright, and our PhDs, we are actually more of an equivalent to a degree, okay? But our entry requirement is for degree holders, okay? So our target audience typically are for the fresh graduates from other disciplines, alright, with a degree, as well as the mid-career switchers. So if you are a mid-career switcher or you are a fresh degree graduate and you are looking into teaching, then this is probably the product, alright, that you should be looking at. For NIE, alright, we administer the course, we conduct the course, but we actually do not manage the recruitment. That is actually under the care of MOE. So the context of the presentation today will not so much be on a selection criteria, what are the course fees, what are the bonds, so that will be a conversation for another day. But I would welcome you to actually join me at my booth, alright, under teacher education booth, where you can, check with me on where you can find out more of this information. I'll be more than happy to actually share with you my personal experiences and some of my observations as well, okay? So, to start off, I would like to share a little bit about NIE. NIE, as you know, is actually an institute under the National Technological University, NTU. Alright, it is a very beautiful campus, okay? So since 20 years ago when I was there, I always feel that NIE campus, alright, its infrastructure has its own special sense of tranquility. It has this large green, landscaping that's really gorgeous. There's lots of sheltered open spaces for you to do a lot of reflection, a lot of ideation. I always feel most inspired when I'm actually studying at NIE. And once in a while, you may have a friendly squirrel, alright, that will actually come and keep you company, especially if you've got some snacks, with you. So it is really at one, alright, with nature, where you can really seek inspiration. So NIE is actually Singapore's premier teacher education institution, and we are actually the only recognized institution for teacher accreditation in Singapore. Regionally, alright, globally, we are also recognized, alright, as a world-class institution. And we have been training professional teachers in Singapore for more than 70 years. So NTU, as our parent university, alright, actually ranks very highly in the world. I believe that most of you would be familiar with it. We are one of the top ranking universities in the world. So one of the most recent rankings that we have, currently we are positioned at the 26th position under QS World University Rankings in 2024. But if you were to actually look at Asian universities, we actually rank second. And I would like to make special mention that in terms of subject rankings, we actually do have 10 subjects that's actually ranked among top 10 in the world, including education, which puts the spotlight on NIE because that's our focus in training. So just a few snapshots of the facilities. Alright, as I mentioned, it is really a very beautiful campus. Alright, we've got lots of facilities. You can see that most of our training facilities, alright, the configurations is vibrant, is dynamic. It's meant for creative learning, alright, and it's also meant for collaborative sharing, reflections. It's meant to inspire teachers who's going to be, leading our future generations. So in a couple of years' time, alright, the Jurong Regional Line is going to be up. So we are going to have the MRT that's going to land right in the middle, alright, of our campus. And it's going to be very convenient and very accessible for everyone. So in order to really understand, alright, what makes the NIE education so exceptional, I think I really got to talk a little about the underpinning philosophy of our teacher education. So in NIE, we actually offer 3 programs under the initial teacher preparatory program. Alright, there's the degree in education, that's the diploma education, and of course there's the postgraduate diploma in education. So we work on this, what we call the enhanced TE21 model. Now I'm just going to go through very quickly. There are lots of infographics, all right, and lots of information online which I would encourage you to go and look up, because it really explains what drives the rationale behind our program design and our training methodologies. Okay, what makes the Singapore education system so first class? And I would encourage everybody, all right, even if you are not going to be a teacher, okay, you really need to take a look at this. So at the very center of it, all right, we have the enhanced V3SK model. So we are looking at a three-pronged set of values, okay? So we are talking about commitment to the learner, commitment to the profession, and commitment to the community. So woven around this, all right, we have our 15 skills and 9 knowledge domain areas, which are the skills and knowledge needed of a 21st century teaching professional. In the middle core, all right, we are looking at the 3 competency dimensions. We talk about the teaching, all right, the professional practice of teaching, the personal growth and development of teachers as professionals, and we also talk about leadership and agency, all right, the autonomy of our teachers. So at the base, all right, this is where we define the 5 roles of our graduates as future-ready teachers. So we expect, all right, all our teachers to be shapers of characters, creators of knowledge, facilitators of learning, architects, all right, of learning environments, as well as agents of educational change. And overarching right on top, you will see that we have teacher education enablers, and this is where we are referring to the strong partnerships that we have with organizations like the MOE, all right, the MOE schools, as well as the industries at large. All right, so this is just a very quick snapshot. All right, coming to the PGD program itself. So the PGD program, we offer it as a full-time program meant for degree holders who would like to become teachers. So currently we offer it under 2 specializations, all right, 2 specialization tracks. You can actually opt to take a PGDE to specialize in the teaching of academic subjects, okay? So, or you can actually opt to do a specialization in physical education. So for the academic subjects track, it will be 16 months, and the intake every year is in December. For physical education, it is a longer track, all right, 2 years, and the intake will be in July every year. So if you are considering this program, all right, you will be offered, all right, a track, all right, a specific track that will comprise of an education level. You can actually opt to teach whether at primary, secondary, or junior college level. But of course, MOE will still have the discretion to look at your past experience, your past qualifications, to decide which is the best fitting level for you. You will also be assigned 2 curriculum study subjects, which we call the CSs, unless you're actually specializing in art, music, or physical education, or mother tongue. Then this will be what we recognize as single subject specializations. So an example, all right, of how the tracks actually look at. So for example, if you're in the primary track and you are doing a general academic subjects, you may be offered to teach English and Maths, English and Science, or English and Social Studies, and so on. Okay. So in terms of what are the courses, all right, we can broadly divide the courses under PGD programs under 4 categories. So all our students will go through a series of education study courses, all right, where we study more of the education psychology, understanding behavior of learners, how do we manage relationships with the parents, all right, and then curriculum studies got to do with more of pedagogical based on your subject, your content knowledge, and then we have got language enhancement and academic discourse, which is basically in terms of communications, all right? Because we use the English medium in a lot of our teaching, we must make sure that our teachers can read and write professionally. So this is the aspect where we will ensure that our teachers, all right, English proficiency is actually good. And another very important core would be the practicum, where our teachers get to apply the theoretical concepts that they've learned into applications, all right, on the ground in the classroom. So this would be an overview of how the timeline is like, okay? So if you are thinking of applying as soon as possible, there is an open window right now, which is closing on 11th of June. All this information can be found on the MOE website. Alright, so MOE has got 4 application windows every year: December, February, May, and August. So if you are looking at something that is, with a little bit more bandwidth, you can possibly look at August. So there is the intake for this year has already closed. Alright, so if you're applying now or in August, alright, we are basically looking at you joining us in the 2025 intakes. Okay. So this is the timeline for the PE program. All right, you will get to do 3 semesters, including 5 weeks of teaching practice. All right, and then in your last semester, you will do 11 weeks of teaching practice, and you will graduate. All right, in July the following year, 2027. Okay. This is how the PGDE program look like. PGDE program is shorter, 16 months. So you will do 2 semesters, all right, and then a 3-month practicum before you hit your graduation. So please take note, all right, regardless of which track that you are doing, there is a compulsory contract teaching stint of at least 4 months before you can actually join the program proper. Most of 90% of our students, more than 90% of our students, in fact, come via sponsorship through MOE. So as a PGD student, you are fully sponsored, you do not pay any course fees, and while you are taking the course, you are actually earning a salary, actually earning an income. So there is actually heavy investments, all right, by MOE. So they must make sure that the selection is stringent, that you are actually the best fit to justify the investment that they actually put in. So even prior, before you receive any training, they will actually put you through an untrained contract teaching stint to let you, you know, gain an awareness whether this is the place that you want to be, whether teaching is the profession, all right, that is intended for you, okay? I would like to close off, all right, by sharing a little bit about the NIE experience, all right? So being the leading, all right, teacher education institute in Singapore, we are very heavily invested in teaching with regards to the Singapore context. So we are very much into values-based education, all right, and we follow the core principles of our character and citizenship education, which is why the greater majority of our teachers are actually Singaporeans. Okay, you are actually you know, part of this nation, part of this culture. So some of these programs, all right, that is designed around our values-based education, all right, would be like the Meranti journey, okay, where we get the teacher, the moment that they come in, to really connect with themselves and to understand what it means to be a teacher, why they want to be a teacher, and then from there they will progress on to community work, where they will do service learning, even opportunities to go overseas for service and leadership training. All right, so overall this is just a very, very small selection of the very dynamic and very exciting campus life, all right, and learning activities that the PGDE graduate can actually expect in NIE. So before I close off, all right, because my time is up, okay, I would like to leave you with some of the useful links, all right, as well as contact details. There is also a QR code which you can scan in order to download the PGDE brochure. I am available at the teacher education booth, all right, my name is Yu Yu. Good day to all of you. Yeah, thank you so much.